What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with another episode in my Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play series. We are on day 17 of our brand new account. Going to pick up our login reward today, which is a set of 4 speed artifacts, so that's kind of cool. Hopefully those will roll something decent for us here when we collect those. And it looks like tomorrow we'll get another ancient shard. We got some energy coming up, so some decent rewards coming up here in the next couple of days. We are working our way towards High Katoon, our 30-day login reward, and our first decent arena champion. Let's go ahead and get into it and check out the account today. Now we do have a tier reward for the arena. We're going to get a weekly chest every week for whatever we finish in the arena, and we were fortunate enough to make it all the way up to Bronze 3. So we're going to have this chest here. Hopefully we'll get something decent out of it. Looks like we got some Divine Life Boots with defense percentage roll, which is not horrible. The attack flat roll is not great, but we'll go ahead and hang on to those. And we also got a Divine Critical Rate chest piece with HP, which is pretty good. Go ahead and keep that. And we got some boots with a defense flat roll. We're going to go ahead and sell those. And we got 15 gems, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's click out of this. That's actually a really good offer for 2 Sacred Shards. It's an excellent offer for 2 Sacred Shards, but this is the free-to-play account, so we are ignoring any of these opportunities to spend money. Alright, we finished the Classic Arena Takedown. I don't believe we got any rewards from that other than just the normal rewards for progressing through the event. We did not finish high enough to get anything here. And so right now we have a champion training tournament going on, which we hopefully will be able to get some of this stuff here. And then the Champion Chase tournament actually starts in 2 hours. I believe they're doing another summoning event here right away after the last one over the weekend. God, these pop-up will go away. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see. We got an event marked here as well. Champion training event starting in 3 hours. Okay, cool. So I think we're going to have another opportunity to get some more shards of the new legendary character. But they are doing another event. I don't know if it's in the news tab. Let's see. They don't have it up yet. Supposedly there's going to be another 10 times void shard event, like just immediately after the event we just had this weekend. So unfortunately we're not going to be able to take part in that since we don't have any void shards. Let's go ahead and check in for the clan, and we'll claim our chest for clan activities. We got some more gems, and we'll go ahead and get started on our daily quest. Now we do have an ancient shard. One thing I did want to talk about with this account now, I think we're kind of at the point where we have a decent enough roster to start focusing on. We are going to start saving our shards for 2x summoning events. Now there's a couple types of summoning events. There's 2x and there's 10x. The 2x basically give you double the chance of pulling a particular rare, epic, legendary. So it doubles your chance of pulling. Whereas a 10x is actually, it gives you 10 times the chance to get a certain character if you pull that shard. Now, the rate on actually getting rare, epic, legendary doesn't change for that. It's just like, say, for example, you were to pull a legendary off an ancient shard, you would then have a 10 times chance of that legendary being a particularly legendary character, instead of having a 2 times the chance to actually summon a legendary. So it's a little confusing at first, but you'll get used to it. The 2x events are much better for pulling any of your shards. So we're going to start hanging on to our ancient shards for that, and hopefully we'll get some void shards and eventually some sacreds from finishing some campaign milestones. But for right now, let's just go ahead and open up 3 of our mystery shards here for our daily quest and see if we get any luck and pull a rare here. You never know. Once in a while you get something okay out of these, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen today. Yep, just a couple of champions to feed. Oh, we did get a weekly quest finished, so that's pretty cool. Alright, see what's in the market today. Anything that we can get that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, unfortunately. Oof. And there's not much here that we can really afford to get this cheap. We need to buy a mystery shark, so it only costs 5,000 silver, but we'd have to spend some gems to get down here. We're eventually going to do that, but right now we're trying to save some gems for energy refreshes and other things. So I think I'm actually going to wind up getting this because this character has some decreased attack and also has a heal. So she's actually somewhat viable for clan boss if you are completely desperate. So we'll go ahead and just grab her just in case. Alright, so that's 2 daily quests down. Let's go ahead and go into our champion roster here. We can kind of take a look at what we've got going on. Like I said, we kind of are starting to focus on our top couple of champions. Right now, Kale's our main focus. You can see we've been working on his gear. We've got most of it glyphed up. We have a couple pieces up to level 16 already. And he is in the lifesteal set. That kind of gives him some versatility for doing campaign and also doing the clan boss, because he's our best character for clan boss right now. We're working on getting Skull Crusher up to level 50. He's also going to be a good champion for clan boss. We've kind of had to go through and rework some of his gear to get him more defense oriented. I need to actually find a new chest plate for him to get him to where he's going to be good for clan boss. He's actually a really, really good clan boss champion. Pulling him on this account so early is going to be a huge help for us. We've got Spirit Host at 50. She's our main arena lead. And then we have Bogwalker, who as a rare is actually also very good for the clan boss. So we're going to be focusing on building him up. You can see we've got him in that lifesteal gear set. So he's got a little bit more sustain there. Then we have War Maiden, generally for defense down and also for arena. And the rest of our roster, we did pick up Jizo the other day. We've been working on him, just getting him leveled up. I haven't decided what gear I'm going to put him in yet, just because I'm trying to figure out where I want to use him on this account. And we're already kind of working on our main couple of champions. We're going to have to find a role for him somewhere, because his kit is halfway decent. And then we've just got some other champions, some uncommons we're leveling up for, just to have some versatility for different dungeons here. We did get a second War Maiden and Eris, and we're actually going to be leveling those to level 30 and ascending them for a fusion that we're working on, and a couple other fusion champions. And if you look here in our vault, you can see we've already been working on some of these various champions. We have Valerie, Executioner, I can't remember this guy's, Templar I think it is. These are going to be for a different fusion, and so those are going to be important to focus on so that we, as a free-to-play account, can unlock some other characters. So that's what's going on with the roster. Let's see if we have anybody that we can level up real easily here. We just picked her up, so we're going to lock her. Let's see if we've got some characters we can feed and get her a couple of levels. Alright, that daily quest is done. Now we need to upgrade some gear. Here he is, a character we got to drop for us who's actually not bad, and we're going to try to build her to help us out with the clan boss, because she does have some poison damage. She can inflict an extra critical hit. She's got a chance to place poison here and attacks an enemy 3 times. We can ascend that up to the good poison. So that's pretty good. That'll help us out for clan boss. And she can also attack with 2 random allies who will use their default skills, which that's big if you can get Kale to assist her on that attack. That's pretty good. And then she's got an aura for crit rate in arena battles. Not really going to use that too much, but she's actually a decent character for us right now. So let's go ahead and just, we're not spending too much silver. We just need to upgrade 4 times for our daily quest. We're going to go ahead and do that. And there we go. Pretty easy there to take care of that. I don't really feel like using a glyph on her at all, so you can see here we got about almost 400 gear pieces now. We're going to have to go through here at some point and start selling off some of the gear that we really don't need. You can see here we've been farming up some speed gear. This is mostly through the Dragon's Dungeon. We've been farming up some of these pieces. And we also did get, okay, these 4 purple ones are the ones we got out of our box. We got a defense chest plate, which is good. Crit damage gloves are okay. They're not the best, but we'll keep them. That's a pretty decent shield if we need accuracy. And then we've got the weapon roll is not great, but it's serviceable early on. Early on in the game to have a 5-star shield set is pretty good, or a 5-star speed set, I'm sorry, is pretty good. And we want to start working on getting some speed gear so that when High Katoon is unlocked, we'll be able to put her immediately into a good speed set. And we also want to be focusing on getting some lifesteal gear so that we can have our champions set up for sustain in the campaign and also for the clan boss. Alright, so that stuff's all done. We need to go do our 5 arena matches. And we did have a rank reset in the arena, so we are back in Bronze 1. And looks like, well, we need to do a reset here. Oof. All these legendary champions. We might be able to pick off a couple of these teams. I don't know, they got 8th lane KL. That's going to be tough with all the AoE. Let's just go ahead and do a reset so we can get some gimmies here. Early on, we just want to focus on winning some gimme battles so we can fill up our arena tokens and get those medals to build up our Great Hall. That is one of the main things we are trying to focus on right now. So we're going to do a few things today. We're actually going to go into the Minotaur's Labyrinth, and we're going to farm for some Mastery Scrolls. And we'll talk a little bit about the clan boss and just generally get up to speed on this account. Oh, that put me in bronze 2, so I already reset. I don't want to have to spend gems here, but I might have to spend gems unless we can win some of these matches here. This is going to be tough. You can see here how good Kale is when he's fully ascended. He's basically doing a bunch of damage to our full entire team, even though there's only 2 of them there. Let's see what else we've got here to choose from. 2 Kales. Wow, that's interesting. 25k. We'll see if we can take this team down. You can see that War Maiden helping us decrease that defense, even though we don't have her built up very well yet. That's actually a huge help in Arena. That's why I say it's very important. War Maiden and Spirit Host. I did a video on that, just those 2 champions separately. Farming them up is going to be huge to help your team early on in this game. 2 of the better rare champions in the game, and certainly for new players and new accounts, those are going to be huge characters to get. You can see that speed and that decreased defense is just helping us go through here and absolutely crush some of these fights. I think I already did 5, but I just kind of got overzealous there on clicking through. But you can see here, a lot of these cases, the other team's not even getting a turn before we're able to wipe them entirely out, so that's good. Early on, again, we're just focused on winning, winning our matches each day and trying to eventually work our way up to Silver 1. We're not super focused on that right now. We're still working on getting some of these other missions unlocked, but that will eventually become our focus. Let's go ahead and claim these quests. We'll get some energy. Then we have to do 7 campaign battles and use 50 energy. We got a weekly quest done, which is going to give us some XP. See, we have upgrade champ to rank 4 to get another energy refill. Do artifact to level 12. See how we're doing on our monthly quest. See here, we're just pretty much waiting on that 14 more daily quest completions so we can get our sacred, and then we'll get our void and sacred shards there. And then we do have the advanced quest unlocked now as well. We're going to try to start working on these a little bit. You can see we've only been able to do 14. These are aimed more for higher level players, but they're also helpful for starter characters and starter players because you can get a lot of good items and things, gems and energy, keys for faction wars and things like that. So that's also an area you want to explore and do as much as you can with. Great Hall, we're doing okay. We got our 3 attack that are non-void built up for our Great Hall mission, and then we're starting to work on our accuracy on this side here. So things are coming along pretty good. Let's take a look at missions. We need 1 more lifesteal artifact from Baltimore Strait. And then we can see we've got quite a ways to go to finish the first tier. We're on 55 out of 76. We just move down. You can see some of the rewards we'll have coming up as we play through these. The 4 champions at level 40. So bronze 3 is going to be our finish here. We're out to focus on finishing in bronze 3, which we shouldn't have too hard of a time doing. And then I believe for the second set we have to get all the way up to silver 1. So we'll have to start working on our arena progress pretty soon. All right, let's go into campaign. We're going to do our 7 missions real quick here. And I'm actually going to go to, let's do Baltimore Strait. Now, I don't know which, I'm going to guess it's probably stage 6 that I didn't quite finish last time. So we're going to just go ahead and do this stage and see if that'll complete that mission for us. We just have to get a gear item to drop here. And we shouldn't have too much trouble here. We're actually leveling up some of our characters. We got Crusader, we're trying to get him to level 40, and then we have Hyria here, who we're also trying to get to level 40. So just been farming some XP, farming the campaign, and trying to keep progressing level-wise through the game. It's one thing about Raid. If you're going to be a free-to-play account, you are going to have to put a lot of time into this game. There's a separate video I want to do about the clan boss specifically, because there's kind of this, I don't want to call it a myth or an illusion, but if you watch a lot of content creators and gaming YouTubers in general, they've always got the best gear, they've always got the best characters, they've always got these amazing accounts that have all this stuff on them. What a lot of people don't realize is the majority of those content creators, not all of them, but quite a few of them, are actually spending a lot of money on those games. And Raid in particular is a game where that can create this illusion of, everyone's able to do this a certain way, everyone's able to do this, everyone's able to have this amazing clan boss team or this amazing campaign team or dungeon team or whatever. The reality is, if you're a free-to-play player, you're going to be lagging pretty far behind in terms of acquiring all the good legendary and epic champions. Like you'll see these people do account takeovers or showing off an account that's been playing the game for 60 days, and they've got 10 legendary champions and all these epics, and they've got a clan boss team that's doing 20 million damage on Nightmare or something like that. And it's like, that's just not realistic for a low spend or a free to play account. You're going to have a tough time really building up and doing any of that very early on in the game. It's just going to take a ton of time. Specifically, just thinking about trying to get a clan boss team together, you have to have the right champion as number one, and that's all going to mostly be RNG. Obviously, we chose Kale right off the bat, so that's going to give us one of our good clan boss champions. But number one, you have to get that champion leveled up to level 60, which requires ranking them up and ascending them, getting all their ascension stars. Then you have to get a gear set for them. In most cases, if you're going to be doing high-end clan boss, you've got to have it at the very minimum a full 5-star, epic or legendary gear set. Most of the time, 6-star full legendary or epic gear set that's glyphed out, that has all the right stat rolls on it. So that's going to take a while to farm. Then you have to have your champion fully masteried out. So you have to have all your mastery scrolls, which we showed the other day just how many scrolls that takes. So there's all this very time-consuming stuff that goes into it. So if you have, let's say, just take Kale for example, in order to get Kale all the way to 60 with all his masteries, if we don't spend gems, the 800 gems to unlock all his scrolls, and then to get a really good gear set that's got all the rolls we need, I mean, that's going to require farming the Minotaur, farming the Dragon's Dungeon, farming up the silver to upgrade all of those gear pieces to rank 16, which takes a ton of silver. It's going to require a lot of time. You have to think, your first couple Minotaur grinds, if you're trying to just get one character fully masteried up, a Minotaur grind is going to take you, I want to just guess, probably at least 50 hours for one character. And that's just for one aspect of it. So you have to kind of think about it that way. Like, you see all these accounts out there, you see all these YouTubers that are going to show you these amazing accounts that have all these great champions, fully leveled with all this gear, with all the stuff they have. That's just not possible if you're not spending a ton of money on the game. So keep it in mind. So, and I say that not as a negative. I know that's probably going to scare some people there that think like, oh my God, why do I want to waste all my time with this? But that's more to just make you feel that it's okay to not have an amazing account, this amazing roster, because it's just not realistic. It's okay if you don't have all the legendaries in the game. My main account, for example, I'm almost to 150 days. I only have 3 legendaries on that account. And one of them I got really lucky on a blue shard pull. The second, I pulled off my sacred shard from finishing the campaign on Brutal. And then the third I actually got through the fragment event they had this past weekend, because I was able to save up all of the compensation energy that they gave us and was able to actually run through a lot of the events and get the shards. So, that account's 150 days old almost, and I only have 3 legendaries, and I don't have really too many great epics either on that account. But if you go to, any streamer, any YouTuber has got an account that's 150 days old, they've got pretty much every single champion in the game ranked up to level 60. Like these amazing clan boss teams running Ultra Nightmare. And so it just kind of gives you a false representation about what your experience is going to be with the game, unless you're completely wailing out on it. So, That's why I always say you're gonna go places. You're gonna see people saying, "Oh, this champion's trash," or "This champion's garbage. You can't use this champion for anything." Don't really buy into that, especially if you want to keep a free to play mentality. You really want to just take advantage of what you get. That's part of the fun of being a free to play account or a low spend account. Actually, is taking champions that people think are not that great, theory crafting a little bit, pairing them with other champions that, kind of bolster their abilities, or finding a gear set that no one knows about that really helps them. Like, it's interesting. There's some epic attack champions I actually have on my alt account where just about every guide I've seen says they're absolutely terrible. But putting them in all these different gear sets, just trying things out, I'm finding out that they can actually be pretty workable in certain situations and in certain areas. So it's kind of the fun aspect of the game, especially for me, is just being able to theory craft and find stuff that works. And we're going to be doing that quite a bit on this free to play account. And it's funny because I actually do have an alternate account where I made the account simply for goofing off and trying different champions. Like I'm working on an all uncommon clan boss team on that account, just having some fun with it, and just trying to find some champions I can show you guys that, even though people might think they're not very good, actually excel in quite a few areas of the game. So, but kind of rambled on there for a little bit, but bottom line is just enjoy playing the game, enjoy the champions that you get, and don't feel bad if you don't have like an amazing roster your first couple months in the game, because it's all based on luck for the most part if you're not spending a bunch of money. So you have to take it as it comes and enjoy what you get. That's the best advice I can give you for playing Raid Shadow Legends as a low spend or free to play player. Alright, so we pretty much have all our dailies done except for getting our 50 energy spent. So let's head into, let's see if we get anything from our clan boss chest. So we got some gear, helmet with HP and attack. Not great, not terrible. We'll hang on to it for now. But you kind of see here, these are just some of like the testing stuff I do. And this is my main account right here up top. And you can see here, this is actually the new legendary I just got this weekend. And then I got Norog here, who I also pulled this weekend from my one sacred shard. So getting those two guys really helped boost my clan boss team on my main account, because my main clan boss champion there has been Yaga the Insatiable, who's your 60-day login reward. Decent poisoner. On my main account, I actually took Elaine as my main, so I don't have Kale, and I haven't got him to drop yet, so I kind of screwed myself there. But just adding these two new legendaries to my team, especially Norog, this guy is amazing. I took my damage up on normal from about 2.5 million to almost 5 million. So just by getting two different champions, it doubled my damage that I was able to do. And then I've got Grave Shield Killer in here. I'm still working on her. She's a very good clan boss team. Now this is actually one of my alt accounts. This is probably my best team I have for clan boss, because I have Sepulchre Sentinel, I've got Frozen Banshee, two of the better characters for clan boss, and I've got Kale as well. So now this team here, I don't have any masteries, I don't have anything else, and I'm averaging about 3 million, a little bit over 3 million per key on normal, which again, not as spectacular, but that's kind of the reality of when you're not spending money on unlocking all this stuff. The gear's not amazing, the masteries aren't all unlocked. It's going to be tough to do a whole lot of damage until you get some of that stuff done. And this account here is my other alternate account where I just kind of test and theory craft, and I've got one legendary on that account, and other than that I have basically nothing. Not really any good poisoners, and I have Aethel as my main, so this team they struggle quite a bit. In fact, my free-to-play account's pretty much almost better than this. So, but let's go ahead and do a battle real quick just to see, kind of show you what we're working with here. So we have Spirit Host, we've got Kale, we've got Bogwalker. Kale and Bogwalker are probably my two best clan boss champions. I'm not running Skull Crusher in here right now because he dies very quick, and for some odd reason just has not been able to hold his own so far. I got to build him up, get some of his masteries unlocked. We don't really have much else to use at this point, so I can't remember if that's Dervish or Zephyr Sniper. I get him confused all the time. We got her in there. Let me actually take her out and put here in, because she's got a little bit more poison damage. I think I had her in for her healing. That's really the main problem with Clan Boss early on, is you're not going to have a dedicated healer. That's going to make things really difficult. We are building up Grappler. He's actually a Skinwalker that's got some poison damage, and once you get him built to a halfway decent spot, he can do okay. And then we have our secret weapon in Deathhound, who is just a common champion, but has some decent skills for the Clan Boss, and you'll see later on that we do okay with him. So not expecting to do too much here. These runs early on are not going to be very good for your free-to-play. Your goal is just to kind of come in and do as much damage as you possibly can. Your goal is to come in and just, get a couple decent runs to hopefully be able to unlock a chest. You can see here is already dead. She didn't last very long at all. Kale and Spirit Host will last a little bit longer here. But that's going to be your biggest problem early on, is just surviving long enough to do enough damage. You just don't have the gear, you don't have the champions, you don't have your masteries. So you just kind of want to come in and do a respectable number. If you're on the normal, just doing the normal clan boss and helping your clan out, you just started, you want to shoot for about 500,000 damage. That's going to be your baseline very early on, unless you get very lucky on some shard pulls. So we're actually doing okay here, despite having a character go down really quick in the beginning. So you eventually want to try to get to 20 turns. That's going to be your first initial goal, because that's one of the advanced quests, is to survive 20 turns against the clan boss. So you can get one of those advanced quest rewards. You might actually get lucky here and hit 1 million. I don't know if we're going to get that close or not, though. Just need Kale to hit some big damage. Okay, so we went over 1 million. Not bad. Not good either. See, she did basically nothing. And that's one of the things you're going to struggle with early on, is finding a team that's really able. I don't think I have any gear on her. I think that's probably why. Let's drop her back out and put my you know what, let's see. Yeah, we'll just put her back in and see what happens. I think she's got a heal on her second ability. But you can see there, she takes one hit and she's pretty much almost dead. I don't think I have very good gear on her either. Okay, yeah, 2 hits and she's gone. So see, that's what we just struggle to have a full 5 characters that can really hold their own against the clan boss. And if we had somebody that could heal every turn, that's why lifesteal gear is so important when you're doing the clan boss. You want to have that self-sustain. You can see pretty much everybody here left has lifesteal. They're getting some hit points back every turn. You can see that's helping them survive. Even Deathhound on the right, he's got a sliver of health. He managed to just survive, and he was able to take one more turn. That's all we need him to do, is just take that one more turn and get a little bit more damage. That's going to help us out immensely. But it's just tough early, and that's why I'm saying don't get discouraged if your team is struggling early on. You see all these videos where these guys are doing all this damage and have all these great champions. That's, like I said, just not realistic. Just focus on what you have and do your best to build them out, and you'll get there eventually. All right, so Kale's down, so that's pretty much the end of this. He's like, all the damage we have is basically Kale. So, but that's all right. We did a little bit extra damage that time. Deathhound really didn't. He had a bad round there, but we just got to find that 5th champion. It's going to be Skullcrusher once we get him built out, and then we just have to work from there. But we're doing the best we can. So we did over 1 million both times. So we're at 2.15, which means we'll get an adept chest again, which is okay. And eventually we'll get the normal boss beaten so we can move on to hard. But right now, like I said, it's just all about trying to test out our characters and see how far we can push them to go here. All right, let's go into dungeons tonight, because I actually do want to start working on the Minotaur. I was talking about those mastery skills earlier. So we want to start working on getting these scrolls unlocked for our main champions. So far we've done up to Minotaur 12, and we can do that in under 30 seconds. So that's kind of a time saver right now. We have Kale, Spirit Host, Skullcrusher, Bogwalker, and I've got her in there right now. I don't know if there's... Let's actually go ahead and drop her out. I'm going to put War Maiden in there, so we're getting her some scrolls as well, because for War Maiden we actually want to start working on building her up for the arena. See, that's kind of the cool thing now, is Kale and Spirit Host, we can use both of them in the arena. we can use both of them in Clan Boss. And then War Maiden, but I actually probably should be using her in Clan Boss right now, but we could use her in Marina as well. So we want to kind of focus on building up those champions to take advantage of their all the different roles they can fill. So let's go ahead and run through this once, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 30 auto battles for this, which I will just speed through and then come back afterwards. But you can see this, we can pretty much farm through this level pretty quick. This Minotaur is he's not too bad at this level. See, they were chopping him down pretty good. Kale hits pretty hard, so there you go. That was a good 24-second run. We got some scrolls for Bogwalker. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up for the 30 multi-battle and let that play through real quick. And then when we come back, we will go into and hopefully unlock some masteries for our team. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are all finished with our 30 runs through the Minotaur's Labyrinth. So we did get a little bit of XP, we got some silver, and managed to get our Skull Crusher up to level 44, but everybody else is pretty much maxed out. So let's go into our champion area and see if we got enough to work on some masteries, which it looks like we did for everybody. So we got 42 scrolls for Kale, which means we can unlock one of his next level abilities. We're going to go ahead and get one of these damage abilities. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with a straight up crit damage plus 10 here for him, so he can do a little bit more damage. And let's see, with Spirit Host, we haven't even unlocked her top masteries yet. So she's our support champion. We're not really relying too much on her to attack. And she doesn't really have anything that needs too much in the support area. So we kind of want to look at healing with her. And that's really about it. There's not much else she can do here. So I actually may build her a little bit in the offense tree here because it looks, she can heal a bit on her A1. Let's go ahead and unlock that crit rate. I don't really need, normally if I needed accuracy, I would go down this tree here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go into the defense side here. Let's see, can increase the amount of healing. Let's go ahead and go with that for her. Give her a little bit more survivability for now. Alright, Skull Crusher, we have defense. And we're going to need some accuracy in his kit because of his ability to land heal reduction. So let's go ahead and start off here with his accuracy plus 10. And then we will also get him a little bit more offense as well. So I'm going to go with crit rate. So we got his first two abilities unlocked there. Let's look at Bogwalker, and I believe we've already gone into the defense. Just kind of try to go through his skills here and see what we want to do for him in terms of his build. So he got the decrease attack, which this is very important for Clan Boss, landing this decrease attack hit here. Increase defense on allies. So really we just need him to be able to land this. So I can build his accuracy up through gear, so I'm going to go ahead and give him some offense as well. Decreases damage. Let's go ahead and just go down the offense tree here. The cool thing about defense champions is you can actually do a lot of damage with them later on in game when you get their defense numbers built up, especially if their damage is based on defense like his is here, because you can actually get his damage like off his defense number. You can get that boosted up really high, because you can see his attack is only right around 580, but his base defense is almost higher than that, plus 624 from artifacts. So you're able to generate a lot of offense just from having a defense-based champion. Alright, War Maiden. We are going to go for accuracy on her, definitely. And then we're going to go for increased crit rate. And I don't have enough for the next row. So that's good, though. So we made a little bit of progress. We got the first 2 unlocked on her. And we made a little bit of progress on our other characters. So that's pretty good. Like I said, it's going to take a while to get all these masteries, leveled out. And that's why I said, don't get too discouraged at the start. It's going to take a while to build up your characters, build up your champions to where they can do well in certain areas of the game. It's just it's a bit of a grind. You're going to have to go through and grind the Minotaur a little bit. And we actually did get an artifact for Kale we can use here. Cool. That's pretty good. Let's see how much silver do we have. We should be able to take this up to 12. Let's see here if we get lucky here. But yeah, it all takes time. You have to build out your masteries. You have to build up your gear. Make sure you've got getting good gear rolls. And then when you start getting into the later levels of the end game, you really have to start min-maxing on your gear for statistics. Going for that speed, going for the accuracy. Trying to get as much damage as you can out of your build. There's all kinds of stuff you have to start paying attention to. But right now, we're just focused on the basics. We're going to keep trying to progress through the campaign, because the further you can get in the campaign, it just opens up so much more for you. It's funny because of my main account, which I'm in quite a bit on the game. I was kind of just doing everything all at once. I was trying to do a campaign, trying to do dungeons, trying to do all this stuff, and I just was lagging really far behind. It just felt like my account wasn't going anywhere. So this past weekend, I just focused down, and I went through and actually cleared the entirety of the hard campaign, 3-starred the entire thing, and then I went through the brutal campaign and 3-starred the entire thing. And now I'm working on the first couple levels of Nightmare, which is the highest difficulty on the campaign you can get to. But it's kind of cool because now that I have that brutal campaign unlocked, I got 2 sacred shards from doing hard campaign, brutal campaigns that, opened up the possibility of getting some better champions through shard pulls. But now that I have the brutal campaign unlocked and I'm able to farm it with only 1 character, I can put 3 other champions in with that character and just get them a ton of XP and a ton of levels. So it's much easier to level up champions, whether I'm using them for food for other characters or using them as actual champions on my teams in the game. So it's been pretty good. The sooner you can get the higher levels of the campaign opened up to you, it's going to allow you to progress a lot faster through certain areas, which is always a good thing. Let's see, we got something in the shop here. Looks like we got a free mystery shard. Oh, it took me over here first. Okay, so we got a bunch of quests here we got done actually. So we actually just upgraded that necklace. We got some accessories. We used our 2 clan boss keys. We got 1 artifact upgraded to level 12. And then we are also done with our daily quests. So got a whole bunch of stuff redeemed there. And our weeklies, pretty close to getting that one done. We really want to get this monthly finished so we can get this void and the sacred. A sacred shard, it's an opportunity to really get a account-changing champion. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to pull that immediately or if I'm going to save it for an event, because we want to try to make sure we get something really good with that. It guarantees we'll at least get an epic, but there are plenty of bad epics in the game, so if we can hold it for a legendary event where there's a 2x summoning chance, that probably will be worth it, more so than anything else. But got our 1 ancient shard here. It's burning a hole in my pocket, but we're going to start saving those up, like I said. So anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. It's getting kind of late. I want to get to bed. It's only Monday, but it's already been a long week for me at work, so need to catch up on some sleep. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. As always, if you have any questions about anything you've seen here, feel free to leave it down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer any questions you have about the episode or about this game in general. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.